Good afternoon and welcome to Nasdaq Trade Talks. I'm your host, Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq, with daily insight on the Nasdaq-100 index, or the NDX, which is made up of 100 of the largest domestic and international non-financial innovative companies listed right here on the Nasdaq stock market. The NDX has been the barometer for U.S. large cap growth and also one of the best performing indexes over the last decade and a half. Let's take a look at our first chart here. With just under 2 hours to go before the 4 o'clock stock market close, the Nasdaq-100 is trading down about 0.6%, coming in a bit as we get into the last couple hours of trade. And this is just a day after coming within all-time highs. Internet giant Google reported disappointing earnings last night, the third of the FANGs to disappoint this quarter following Amazon and Netflix. Results lower amid increased spending ahead of results from Apple and Facebook on Wednesday after the close. Now, speaking of Google, according to a report from Reuters, Google's parent company Alphabet has made an offer to acquire Fitbit, while Google has joined other major technology companies such as Apple and Samsung in developing smartphones. It is yet to develop any wearable offerings. The wearables market is racing towards record sales this year. IDC predicts more than 152 million wrist-worn wearables will be sold by the end of 2019, and healthy growth is expected to continue. I, for one, am part of that trend. After the close, 6 Nasdaq-100 constituents are expected to report earnings, including AMD, Amgen, EA, Mondelez, Maxim, and Verisk. Let's take a look at our last chart here. This is AMD. It's a semiconductor manufacturer. It will be in focus as investors will be looking at whether AMD is keeping pace with Intel, as well as how margins are performing relative to both its larger rival and NVIDIA. AMD stock price has risen more than 85% this year. We could take a look at that in that chart. And earnings and revenue outlook have slowly improved. That's one to watch after the close today. From the Nasdaq market site in New York City, I'm Jill Malandrino, global markets reporter at Nasdaq.